If you aren't familiar, get out from under a rock, buddy, because this is why it's called One Peak. This is why it's called Goat Piece. Go watch this fight. It is one of, if not the best anime fights to come out to date. What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to Spenmo Rex Speaks. Appreciate you tapping in. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe. It does more than you know, and it really helps out with the algorithm and all that stuff. And right now, I'm just going to get right into it. I am going to put some shit down that you cannot refute. I know this anime is overly hated. This manga series is overly criticized, even though it is inarguably the greatest, long-lasting, and best manga or anime series out. It is the greatest story ever told. And it is the one that everything else aspires to be. If you don't know what I'm talking about right now, I'm obviously talking about the one, the only One Piece. Because what we saw animated recently puts everything else to shame. You don't have anything to stand on now. One Piece haters, I'm looking at you. Shut up. Because what did Kendrick say? Oh, he said, fuck the big three. It's just big me. Listen, I love Naruto, I love Bleach as much as the next guy. But there is no big three. There is no big three. It is One Piece, and it is the rest. Because you can't complain about the animation. Oh no, look at the animation. Why is this anime that got started in the 90s have such bad animation? Because what we've been getting is why they call it One Peak. What we've been getting is why it is the GOAT. And obviously I'm talking about the Luchi versus Luffy part 2. If you haven't seen it, shame on you. Go watch it. If you have seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you've been paying attention to One Piece for the past 2 arcs, we can keep going back. Obviously, everything post-time skip takes a massive jump in animation style, in animation quality, but we all know the real change of the animation started in Wano. So I'm not even going to do the amazing fights we got in Whole Cake to start my list, and one of them at the end of Whole Cake being Katakuri versus Luffy as one of the best anime fights out. I won't even start there. I'll just do what we got in Wano. So obviously we got the first Red Rock. Obviously we got Law, Kid, and Luffy destroying an entire fleet. And next, this guy, he's I feel like he's watching over me right now. I feel like his presence is near for, Renona Zoro versus Killer. That is an amazing fight. If you haven't watched it, if you haven't watched One Piece, you suck. So go watch it. Number 2, go look up Zoro versus Killer if you're new to One Piece or you haven't watched it, and it'll make you want to watch One Piece. Oh, and on top of that, we got Luffy having one of the coldest transformations of all time when he's fighting the giant monster that's Oars 2, basically, and he's swinging across through all of the rooms in the palace and just goes from base Luffy to Gear 4 immediately, and come on. That is an amazing fight. And then what's next? We got, the worst 5. I mean, you guys know the worst 5, right? Law, Kid, Luffy, Killer, Zoro. The worst 5 versus Kaido and Big Mom. That fight's pretty sick, right? You love that. Amazing animation, amazing transitions, great use of devil fruit abilities, copying off one another, bouncing off of one another, Zoro parrying one of the strongest attacks we've ever seen in One Piece, probably the strongest attack we've ever seen in One Piece, where Kaido and Big Mom combine their forces and Zoro parries it like a fucking boss. Oh, and after that we got, what was it? Oh, yeah, Kid and Law versus Big Mom. You like that fight. I know you like that fight. Even the One Piece haters have to say they like that fight. And then after that, there's another fight. It's Sanji and Zoro versus King and Queen. They fight both of them at the same time, and then each break off separately and have insane fights. Zoro versus King is one of the best animated fights ever. Ever. Go look at it. Go watch it. Don't argue with me. Argue with a wall, because it's just facts. Oh, and Sanji versus Queen. Oh, yeah, Sanji levels up twice in that fight. Oh, and I'm forgetting about one. I feel like it should be important. Oh, yeah, Luffy versus Kaido 3 times. And then finally the Gear 5 transformation. There's something about that scene that is just historically great for all anime. The transition, how it goes down, what it means for the series, the insane change of animation in the fight, the drums of liberation, all the foreshadowing when you go back to Skypiea. I know some of you skipped Skypiea, and if you did, you suck. But if you go back to Skypiea, you see they're talking about this. You see they mention all of this. All of the mythical zone users are mentioned in Skypiea, including Sun God Nika. So yeah, I'm not here to talk about that, because I'm here to talk about what comes after that. After that, there was oh yeah. Law goes out and fights Blackbeard. I know you guys saw that. I know you guys saw Law and Blackbeard, because that fight is amazing. The animation is insane. Law gains his Devil Fruit mastery, his Devil Fruit awakening. Even Blackbeard's shook. Blackbeard's just effortlessly combining both of his Devil Fruits into one barrage of attacks. And then, there's another fight after. I think it's, when Aokaji and Van Augur go to Whole Cake Island to steal pudding and just absolutely work Cracker. Just absolutely destroy Cracker. Because Oven and Katakuri, they got bigger problems to worry about, so they're not there. So Cracker has to step up and just gets absolutely demolished. Oh yeah, the rematch. What we wanted to see. What we've been waiting to see. Since one of the most iconic, if not the most iconic anime arcs in history, Ian's Lobby. The Luffy versus Luchi rematch. If you aren't familiar, get out from under a rock, buddy, because this is why it's called One Peak. This is why it's called Goat Piece. Go watch this fight. It is one of, if not the best anime fights to come out to date. Luffy versus Luchi, the rematch, Gear 5 versus Awakened Rob Lucci it's a masterpiece. It is a masterpiece. So the only thing you One Piece haters can cry about anymore is that it's too long. It's too long. Because, it's got the greatest developed story in anime history. So, yeah, it's too long. Give me a break. Go back to watching your one season animes and then cry about how they never get picked up for another one. Because One Piece is going to keep coming out, keep raking in the profit, and keep proving why it's the GOAT. Ichiro Oda, you, sir, are the greatest of all time. So I don't want to hear any One Piece slander ever again after this run of fights the show has been on. To quote Kendrick Lamar again, fuck the big three. It's just big me. Because One Piece is here. Thank you. Appreciate you. Had to get it off my chest. Like and subscribe. We'll see you guys later. Peace.